Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the place where you don't get dealership rehearsals, you don't get polished marketing fluff, and you definitely don't get the same recycled lines you've already heard 100 times before. Here, it's all about giving you the raw truth about the newest cars hitting the market, the kind of breakdown you need if you're actually thinking of buying one or just want to know if all the hype is worth it. And today, we've got something that Toyota fans, off-road enthusiasts, and even city drivers have been buzzing about: the brand new 2026 Toyota Mini Land Cruiser. Exterior. Now, the Land Cruiser has always been a name that carried serious weight in the automotive world. For decades, it's been the rugged, go-anywhere machine that could survive almost anything you throw at it. But in 2026, Toyota is taking a slightly different approach. They're shrinking that iconic DNA into a more compact, city-friendly, and accessible package without forgetting the off-road spirit. This Mini Land Cruiser, sometimes referred to as a baby Land Cruiser, is designed to fit right between Toyota's hardcore SUVs and its urban crossovers. So, does it live up to the Land Cruiser badge? Or is this just another compact SUV in disguise? Let's break it down. Starting with the exterior, the front of the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser is immediately recognizable. Toyota hasn't strayed too far from the classic Land Cruiser identity. You get that bold, boxy stance with squared-off edges that shout ruggedness, but in a slightly scaled-down form. The grille is upright and wide, with horizontal slats giving it a confident, no-nonsense look. Depending on the trim you go for, you might see chrome accents or a more stealthy blacked-out treatment. Flanking the grille are modern LED headlights with a sharp rectangular design that harks back to older Land Cruisers but brings in a futuristic vibe. And below, you've got a chunky front bumper with skid plate elements that aren't just for looks, they actually give some protection if you decide to push this little SUV off the tarmac. Toyota clearly wanted to remind buyers, yes, this may be mini, but it's no soft-roader. Moving to the side profile, the Mini Land Cruiser has proportions that balance both practicality and presence. It's not overly long or bulky, which makes it manageable for city streets and parking garages, but the stance is upright and commanding, with the roofline that stays tall rather than sloping away like a coupe SUV. Strong, squared wheel arches add muscle to the design, and they're filled with wheels ranging from 18 to 20 inches depending on the variant. Black cladding runs along the lower body to reinforce that rugged theme. You also get roof rails as standard, which makes it clear this thing is ready for weekend camping trips in roof boxes. The rear doors are tall, so ingress and egress are easy, and the glass area is generous enough to keep it from feeling claustrophobic inside. This side view really captures Toyota's idea of mixing urban usability with genuine toughness. Now let's swing around to the back. The rear design is clean, upright, and very functional, again sticking to the Land Cruiser's no-nonsense ethos. The tailgate is flat, squared off, and houses bold LED taillights that mirror the front's rectangular signature. Toyota has cleverly integrated the spare wheel underneath rather than slapping it on the tailgate like old-school SUVs, giving a more modern, streamlined appearance. The bumper is chunky with the skid plate finish at the bottom, reinforcing the SUV vibe. And the overall stance from behind is wide, planted, and solid, which gives the impression that even though it's smaller, it still has the heart of a proper off-roader. Interior. Stepping inside, the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser greets you with a cabin that balances durability with comfort. Toyota has designed the interior to feel rugged but not cheap, with materials that are hard-wearing where they need to be but soft-touch in the areas you interact with most. The dashboard is upright and functional, with strong horizontal lines that emphasize width. At the center, there's a large 12.3-inch infotainment display running Toyota's latest software, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Beneath that, you've got physical buttons and knobs for climate control, so thankfully, Toyota didn't bury everything in touchscreens. The steering wheel is chunky, multifunctional, and gives a confident grip, while the digital driver's display can be configured to show off-road data like incline angles and 4x4 system information. The seating is another highlight. Depending on the trim, you can get durable fabric for the adventure-ready crowd or plush leather for those wanting more comfort. The front seats are supportive and designed for long journeys, while the rear seats offer decent legroom despite the vehicle's more compact dimensions. Toyota has made sure that the mini Land Cruiser doesn't feel cramped up. It's no full-size SUV, but for small families or adventurous couples, it's perfectly comfortable. Cargo space is practical too, with the wide opening tailgate and flat floor when you fold down the rear seats. Performance is where this SUV really gets interesting. Toyota offers the 2026 Mini Land Cruiser with a couple of different engine options, depending on the market. The main setup is a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine paired with a hybrid system, delivering around 280 horsepower and strong torque. This combination gives it plenty of pulling power for both city driving and light towing, while also keeping efficiency in check. There's also a more traditional non-hybrid Turbo 4 for markets where simplicity is valued, and Toyota is even rumored to be exploring a plug-in hybrid variant down the line. The transmission is an 8-speed automatic, and power can be sent to all four wheels through Toyota's proven 4WD system. This is not just marketing fluff, it comes with selectable drive modes, hill descent control, and locking differentials on higher trims, making it genuinely capable off-road. Ground clearance is generous for its class, so rough trails, snow, or muddy back roads are well within its reach. On the road, it feels composed and easy to maneuver, thanks to its smaller size compared to the full Land Cruiser, but it still rides higher than most crossovers, giving you that commanding driving position SUV buyers love. In terms of safety and tech, Toyota's latest Safety Sense suite is standard. That means adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking, and even features like traffic sign recognition. The Mini Land Cruiser is clearly aiming to be not just tough but also smart, keeping families safe on both highways and trails. Now, the big question is, what's the price tag? Toyota hasn't gone crazy here. The 2026 Mini Land Cruiser is expected to start around the mid-$30,000 range in the US, which positions it above a RAV4 but well below the full-size Land Cruiser. Fully loaded models with all the off-road gear and luxury touches can climb into the $45,000 to $50,000 range, depending on market and spec. That makes it an attractive option for those who want the Land Cruiser's iconic toughness without spending big bucks. So, after spending time with it, does the 2026 Toyota Mini Land Cruiser deserve the Land Cruiser badge? Honestly, yes. It strikes a great balance between everyday usability and genuine off-road capability. It's compact enough for urban life, modern enough to keep up with today's tech demands, and rugged enough to actually back up the reputation of the Land Cruiser name. It may not have the V8 roar or the massive size of its big brother, but what it offers is accessibility, and that could make it one of Toyota's smartest moves in years. That's it for today's review of the 2026 Toyota Mini Land Cruiser. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more unfiltered car reviews that cut through the hype, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Would you consider the Mini Land Cruiser over a RAV4, a Bronco Sport, or even a Jeep Wrangler? I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching Car Flash, and I'll catch you in the next one.